Hello everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Zaiboon, and I'm a first-year student at the University of Toronto. The purpose of this channel is really just to vlog my days as a university student. And you know, I was born and raised in Canada, and I know a lot of my viewers are American, so I really just want to show you guys what it's like to be Canadian. Today's video is going to be kind of tips and tricks on how to succeed during final season, because I know it's hard. I'm just going to take you guys kind of throughout my day, show you what I'm doing in my classes, and that's what we're going to be dealing with today, so I hope you're excited. So a question I've gotten a lot since I started this channel is, why did I choose to go to the University of Toronto? You know, it's been a lot of factors, but one of the main ones is that I've been surrounded by a lot of people who went to U of T and who've said really good.
Growing up, you know, it was like everyone around me was going to jail. You know, everyone around me. So when I got locked up in the youth center, like I said, it was normal.
A big part of the reason why I love school and I love education today is because in the 3rd grade I was tested and recommended for the gifted program, and that was just a result of the education system kind of really doing me a favor and allowing me to succeed to my fullest potential.
The hatred and resentment that I carried for many years towards all the systems that failed me since I was
And you know, although I am enjoying a lot of my courses, there's obviously times when I get really stressed. To combat that, there's a lot of different things I'll do, and I'll kind of share them with all of you. One of the main ones is I like to just go talk to my parents because they're not in school and they're kind of relaxed.
My father was in a residential school, and he suffered extreme trauma. He was abusive in many, many ways. And so I was severely traumatized.
Overall, with COVID in Canada though, I do think that everything's being handled really well and that the healthcare system is functioning in such a way that everyone is being taken care of. I'm really just grateful to live in Canada because Canadian citizens have access to the best treatment.
The lack of trust Indigenous communities have in the healthcare system, especially after the world saw what happened to Joyce Echaquan in a Quebec hospital. Start the process of eliminating systemic racism in Canada's health system.
Indigenous peoples not having equal opportunities to everything from housing, education, healthcare.
Experts have told us that people turn to or get lured into a life of crime when there are high levels of poverty, hunger, drug and alcohol abuse, lack of housing, mental health problems, low levels of education. And think about it, all of those factors are too present today in too many Indigenous communities.
I told all of you that I'll let you know about what's going on in my classes, and in one of my classes, I'm learning about something called a devastating fact.
Indigenous adults represent just 5% of Canada's adult population, but make up 27% of admissions to federal prisons. And though the overall prison population is down, the proportion of Indigenous people behind bars is on the rise.
It's revealed to me that this video isn't actually true. I told you that I wanted to inform your perspective and teach you what it's like to be a Canadian, but my perspective on what it's like to live as a Canadian isn't fully informed. From my research, I've learned that there are 2 Canadas. One, the one that I've been fortunate enough to experience, is filled with opportunity even for a child of immigrants. The other is very, very different. There are a plethora of systemic issues that affect Indigenous communities, and as a result, are disproportionately represented in Canada's justice system. This not only perpetuates the systemic issues that cause them to be in jail in the first place, but further the effects of colonialism.
I'm very concerned about that statistic because I think it is indicative of a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yes, a lot of work does need to be done, but what does that really mean? It means acknowledging that higher crime rates are a direct result of colonialism and cyclical poverty, violence, and trauma.
even if what I'm doing is wrong, ultimately there's a reason why I'm doing these things.
If there are 2 Canadas, then it's only fair to have 2 justice systems, as implemented in British Columbia, called First Nation Court.
The court endeavors to incorporate rehabilitative principles within a restorative justice framework for those persons of Aboriginal ancestry who have acknowledged responsibility for criminal activity.
The court examines the causes of an offender's crime or criminal behavior and helps the offender to develop a healing plan that helps restore balance.
This music's a little too somber for a solution. First Nations courts provide an alternate method of rehabilitation that doesn't involve going to jail. Healing plans can involve mental health counseling, rehabilitation plan, and more, specifically catered to the individual in question. This program is viable due to the fact that it tackles the problem at its very source, ensuring that people aren't going to jail in the first place, and that their interaction with the justice system allows them to break the cycles which put them in a position to be committing criminal activity. Expanding the First Nations court program and catering to the needs of every specific community is the next step to ensuring that this devastating fact no longer continues to devastate. Thank you so much for watching today's vlog, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.